a very loud applause for Kevin. Kevin Jones.
Thank you very much, Ian. Thank you. And you didn't realise, but actually, yes you can, I've warmed it up for you. And actually, you didn't realise this, but you are actually in the Oxford Reading Tree. Can anybody work out which one is here? There you are. You didn't know, I just realised that when I sat listening to you. There you are. I'm not in there. I am in a book later on. And you have to spot me. A prize to the first person that can spot me in the book. Okay?
Is that because I have the more hair, right?
No.
And the glasses, right?
No, that's you because you're the most handsome. Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
What do you want to call me? Great, okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Fantastic. Well, I must apologise today because I'm suffering from a bad case of Singapore. And quite honestly, I am. Excuse me. That's better. I woke up this morning and I'd lost my voice, and I've only found half of it. So if you find the other half somewhere under your seat or somewhere else, let me know later. I've been in Singapore for about a year, and it's been very difficult for me to get used to your climate. And I'm wired up today because my voice needs to carry to the back. So can I check? Can you hear me at the back? You can? Yes. And how am I for the mic with the video and everything? Great. We're going out live on CNN. You can watch us later. The best bits will be on the news at 6 o'clock tonight. So, thank you very much for coming. If I go quiet and you can't hear me, could you just wave your arms at the back? Great. Now, we had some interference. You've lost me. We're getting interference again. If your mobile phone goes off, could you make sure you deal with it outside? Because if it's an emergency, it's okay. So today, I'm going to walk you through the Oxford Reading Tree, which is a series of books that was developed in Britain to help English kids learn to read and write. Now, I've been an English teacher for about 20 years, and I'm still only 26 years old. Now, my experience and qualifications is in the world of EFL. Does anybody know what that means? Yes? Yes? Yes?
English is a foreign language.
That's right, English is a foreign language. Now, oh gosh, I feel like Pete Townsend.
I know him.
Yeah. Now that's fantastic. Lots of audience participation. Well done, Noreen. Thank you very much.
Oh,
here's a sticker for Noreen. Yes,
Excellent.
because you are a fantastic student. Thank you.
Yes.
EFL. Could you tell everybody what EFL means? What it stands for? Again, because I don't think I quite heard. Because my feedback.
English as a foreign language. So
That's right.
not your mother tongue.
That's right. Yeah. I am an EFL teacher. That, as Noreen said, means English as a foreign language. So my students in Japan would have the chance to talk and practice English in the classroom, but they would have no chance to speak English outside the classroom. The Singaporean environment is different. I now teach at the British Council, and we teach ESL students. And can anybody work out what ESL stands for? Great, well done. English is a second language. So this is a kind of new challenge for me, and when I came I thought it would be in many ways easier. But what I'm finding is it's actually more difficult because in Singapore there are lots of errors, and we would call them fossilized errors, and lots of interference from mother tongue. So I'm finding it a real new challenge after 20 years in Japan to meet the needs of my students in Singapore. I know that you are all qualified kindergarten teachers and possibly some primary school teachers. Any primary school teachers? Yes, okay. Well, once again, thank you very much for coming. I know you're busy. I hope this is going to be a really practical and interesting experience. It certainly will be for me, and we'll get a chance to talk and exchange questions later on. I was introduced to the books about 10 years ago. I was working for a small language school in Japan, and we had a contract to teach in a kindergarten. I had about 25 students in my class, and I needed a series of books that I could read to the students. I used a book by Lucy Cousins. It's the Maisie series of books. It's a little lifter flap and she does some waves things, which was fabulous for 25 students. But then we had a new contract to teach in a kindergarten with 60 students in one class. So I think we've got about 50 people in this room. So I needed a book that was bigger than the Lucy Cousins Maisie series, and by chance I discovered the Oxford Reading Tree. The books are produced in a student size and large size. This is big book size. So this was fantastic for my class of 60 students because the kids at the back could get as good a view as the kids at the front. So there's no squabbling over ticket prices at the front. So, so this is your introduction to the Oxford Reading Tree. Is anybody familiar with it? Does anybody use it now? Yes, you do. Great. Okay. If my voice goes, can you take over?
I'll try.
Okay. When as a foreign language teacher, when we look at language, we think in terms of 4 skills. You've probably seen this before. We think in terms of listening, which is the first way into language usually. Listening, speaking, and for hearing children, this is the normal order of events. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Okay, so I was using these books as a storybook series because my students weren't able to read. This series can be used in so many different ways. I hope that you're going to be able to feel some of the passion that I have for the books because they help me in my teaching, and I hope that they're going to do something for you too. Okay, should we go for this first slide? What we're going to do, we've got a program in the back. You've got a program of today's events, as Ian mentioned, on the yellow page, so it's easy. If we do crash, hold this because the emergency service can rescue you. That's why it's fluorescent. So I'm going to read some books. I'm going to read 5 books to begin with, then we're going to have a break, and then I'm going to read some more books. And you'll see as we go through that the books are graded in stages and get more difficult as we go along. Oh, that's me. I'm just a teacher like you. I'm very privileged that Oxford have given me the platform to talk to you about the books. I've had great fun travelling all over Japan, talking to teachers, sharing my experiences of teaching English, and learning from the teachers that I meet along the way. I worked in lots of different kindergartens in Japan, and I was interested in what I could learn from the kindergarten teachers, and I hope that I can pass some of that on to you today. Okay, let's go to the first slide. This is all the official sort of jargon to begin with. So, everyone's favourite reading programme. Millions of children have learnt to read with Biff, Chip, Kipper and Floppy. These are some of the characters in the stories, and shared their exciting adventures. Okay. Why is Oxford Reading Tree everybody's favourite? Well, the characters are fabulous. They're favourite characters. Children, teachers and parents love reading stories about their favourite characters and want to read more. And I think this is key. Learning involves repetition. We have to do something again and again to get better at it. And the great thing about the Oxford Reading Tree is that it's interesting and it makes the children want to learn and read again. Best authors and illustrators. It's a fantastic team. Series creators Roderick Hunt, MBE, and Alex Britcher received the prestigious Outstanding Achievement Award in the 2009 Education
Search.
I'm only kidding. Yeah, Research Award. A resource. We could have done it as a competition. Guess the word ending. This is Alex Britcher, he's the illustrator, and this is Roderick Hunt, who's got the same hair as me. He's the writer. So why do teachers love the Oxford Reading Tree? ORT is a series of very carefully graded readers. ORT builds children's reading stamina through repetition and reinforcement of keywords and structures. ORT provides a motivating platform for children to develop and extend their reading skills. I'm going to run this through now in case I forget to say any of these important things. Word recognition. Extensive practice of tricky and decodable high-frequency words using natural language in familiar settings and fantasy adventures. Language comprehension. Captivating stories promote language enrichment and provide children with broad and rich vocabulary to help lay solid literary foundations. Ooh. Now, let's have a look at this. It says decodable. What does decodable mean? Any idea? When we look at the English language, we tend to think of the words as being tricky or decodable. Tricky are difficult words for kids to learn to read. What's a decodable word? Any idea? I've written you a message. I've written you a message here. I'll write it a bit bigger so you can see it at the back. Can anybody decode this message? Oh, excuse me a minute. So we've got this shape, two of these, and one of those. What's the message? Yes?
One snail saw 2 stars over the water.
Wow, that's fantastic. Round of applause, everybody. And there's a sticker for Ian.
It's surely not correct.
Yes, no, it's not. See, it doesn't matter because you tried. It's the contribution that counts. When I used to teach in a big class of 60 kids, it wasn't possible to involve all my students every week. So they all had name cards like you have, and I gave stickers so that I can give a fair chance of everybody to take part up front. So next lesson I can see now that Noreen and Ian have both made a big contribution. So next week, or later on in the lesson, I'm going to encourage other kids to come forward and give the same contribution. So that wasn't quite right, but it was very close. So if we're going to decode this message, we need what do we need to? We need the key, don't we? We need to know what these shapes mean. Okay, now there's a prize for the first person that can decode this series of marks, okay? Good luck. Are you ready? Oh, fantastic! We haven't even started yet. No, it is. It's great. Well done. Hello. It is hello. I was going to say that this shape equals H. This shape equals this shape equals and this shape equals That's right. So English is a code. It's a code that we use to represent the language of English, and it's a very inefficient code actually. That's a beautiful code because one shape equals one letter. Now English is a very complicated language to try and learn and teach really, because it's an amalgamation of lots of different languages, European languages, and it's evolved over a long period of time. Now, do you remember the original old computers? They were really big, weren't they? Can you show me really big? Show me big, go big, big, big. I use lots of sign language with my students. Big, small. Give me small, big, tiny. This is invisible. Good. So the original computers were very big, but now computers are, and even some of them are tiny. Wow, that's because of development. We've made progress. English has changed a lot, but I think sadly that the way we write English hasn't developed at all. So there are lots of difficulties for the young learner when they start to try and read and decode English. So we're going to give you some tools to help you help your students on the road to success. Do we have another one? Is this the next one?
No.
Great. Is the mic working okay? It sounds a bit windy to me.
It goes a bit softer as you turn your head. So
Does it?
maybe if you turned your body.
Oh.
It would be...
That's a good idea. Yeah, and I'm getting feedback from that corner, aren't I? Thank you. So, breadth and variety, a rich mix of resources to develop confidence and to motivate readers, from youngest infants to most able juniors, from gifted and talented to struggling readers with extensive phonics and comprehension support throughout. Trusted levelling to ensure progression and reading success linked to book bans for easy classroom management. Unrivaled support, teaching notes inside every title, additional resources and teaching support available separately. Is that the last one? It is. Okay, we finished. Bye. No, that's the blurred part. Now we're going to jump into the practical part, and if it's okay with you, I'm going to read some stories. Okay, so, are you ready? Okay, show me you're ready, because I can't quite hear them. So, okay, yes we are is like this. Yes we are. Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Good, well done, thank you very much. Okay, now, are you sitting nicely? Good sitting from everybody, please. Good, could you sit? That's quite good, very good. Good. Now, before you read the story, you need to know that your children are relaxed, sitting comfortably, and everybody can see. Now today, because it's a fabulously large audience, we're using the PowerPoint projector. I'm not really keen on technology. I would much rather use real books with kids because I think there's an inherent value to real things. They can smell the books, they can taste them, but we don't want to encourage that. But it's a tactile experience, and there is far too much screen-based learning. Unfortunately, that's a big trend in the industry, but I want to bring it back and keep with the books. However, today, we're going to work off this screen because in addition to the baby version and the mommy version, we've got the daddy version, which is it's DVD, and it really is magic. So the choice is fantastic. Depending on your situation in your school, you can go with big books, little books, or computer books. Right, now, as I said, the books are banded. So the first stage we're going to look at today is stage 1, which is color-coded. What's this color? Grey. Good, well done. So we're looking at stage 1. We're going to read a story called The Lost Teddy from stage 1.
We're losing you a bit.
You are, aren't you? Yes. Am I back? No.
Yes?
No. Kenlyn, help me. This story is called The Lost Teddy. And I'm going to read it to you. I don't expect that you're reading it. I imagine this is going to be like a nursery stage story for you. So this is Mum.
Mum.
And this is Kipper.
Kipper.
Who's she?
Mum.
Who's he?
Kipper.
So at this very basic level, we're just using words. If we were going to build up the response, we would teach, she's Mum. Who's she?
She's Mum.
Who's he?
He's Kipper.
Good, well done. Okay, now, in EFL, we break up stories into 3 stages. We've got pre-reading, which is what we're at now. And there are lots of ways you can introduce stories and vocabulary. I'm going to play a game with you now called fibbing. Fibbing. Does anybody know what a fib is? Yes?
It's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie. I think a lie is a bit of a hard term, so we call it fibbing, because it's not a really bad thing. So, I'm going to tell you a fib. For example, the bus is green. Is that a fib?
No.
No, it's true, isn't it? So if it's true, I want you to raise both hands and say, yes, that's right. Together?
Yes, that's right.
Now, if you were kids sat on the floor, I'd get you to stand up and say that. But I know you've got books and floppy things, and I don't want a disaster. So just raise your hands, okay? So if it's true, raise your hands and say, yes, that's right. And if it's not true, correct me. The bus is green.
Yes, that's right.
The bus is blue.
No.
Good, well done. Well, depending on what your model would be, your target would be either no, it's green, or no, it's not blue, it's green, depending on what you want to do with your students. She's dad.
No. She's Mum.
Kipper is holding a banana.
No. He's holding a teddy.
Good, well done. It's raining.
It's cloudy.
The more response, the better. My name is John.
Your name is Kevin.
So if you're clever with it all and they're familiar with the process, you can target some very specific grammar, depending on the level of your students. I don't have a lot of money to spend on resources, so if I do have something, I want to get the maximum I can out of that one thing. So I want something that I can use at different levels and different ways. Okay, right, let's go to the next page. It's a very sad story, by the way.
Oh.
Well, it is. Now, don't forget, if you spot me in this series of books that I'm reading, there is a prize if you spot me.
Oh, yeah, there.
Oh, where? This one?
Behind the
No, this one?
the window.
Yes, that's me. See, I'm amazing. Well done, congratulations. Here's your present. Here's your present. And you won a prize because you guessed hello. Here you are. Well done. Motivation. Great.
You've got more hair than him.
That's true. This is me in the future. So, when Kipper and Mum got off the bus, Kipper forgot his teddy. Oh no. Yes, oh no. How would you feel if you forgot your teddy? Yes, can you show me your sad face? Oh, show me your happy face. Surprise face? Sad face? Happy face? Funny face? Good, well done. Okay, let's have a look at the next page. Oh no. When Kipper got off the bus, he realised. What had he done? He
Forgot his teddy.
Yeah, he forgot his teddy. He left his teddy on the bus. What did he say? Yes, that's right. What did Mum say? Good, what's the matter together? Goodness me. Okay, well, the bus went round the corner. It had gone. They turned round, ran after it, but the bus had gone. What should they do?
Buy another teddy.
You gotta buy another teddy. This is Kipper's special teddy. That's heartless. Right, well, let's find out what happened next. That night, Kipper was very, very
Sad.
right, yes. Now, Kipper has a brother and sister. This is Chip, and this is Biff. Oh, we missed some slides from the beginning, didn't we? We'll go back to that.
we'll go back.
Well, Kipper was so sad because,
He lost his teddy.
well, he's got lots of other toys. Chip said, what about your other teddy? Biff said, what about your soldier? But Kipper said, because his teddy was special. Now, if you're reading it as a book, of course, you can close the book for the next game. But I'm going to do this for now. So, who remembers how many people were in the room?
3.
That's good, well done. Who were they? Right, which room? Was it the kitchen? What was, there was a bedroom, wasn't it? That's right. How many toys were there on Kipper's bed?
5.
Wow. 5? Who thinks there were 5? Were there 4? 2? Should we check? So you open the book and check. How many? Let's count, shall we? Can you count with me?
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm so close. I'm bad at counting. Let's try again. What's again?
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's one more.
Huh? Oh.
Under the bed.
You see, this is what happens. Everybody wants to take part. And this is what we want to happen. Could you help me? Could you help me? I'm sorry. Chen Kim. Could you come up to the front and help me? So every week the kids want to take part because they enjoy it and they get a sticker. Could you count for me, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Well done. Round of applause. Well done. Oh, wait. Oh, this is great.
Thank you.
So now you see, well done, thank you very much. So now we're going to promote a lot of debate over what's on the bed, what's in the bed, what's off the bed. With ESL students, you can kind of do a lot more.
Teacher, I found another toy.
There you go, you see, fantastic. Where? Where?
The lamp.
Under the lamp. Where's the lamp?
It's not on the
Is
bed.
this the lamp?
Oh, it's not on the bed, sorry.
Oh. Is it a big toy?
It's very small.
Yeah, can you show me small? Would you say tiny?
Tiny.
Good, show me tiny. Good, well done. So what we want is to provoke and generate lots of interest, lots of language, and we're doing it all from this one book. Look, okay. We could also play I Spy. Excuse me. I spy with my little eye something beginning with C. Good, yes. You could do just clock, or you could make it a question for me. You could say, is it a clock? Together?
Is it a clock?
That's right. Yes, it is. You were right. It was a clock. I was thinking of a clock. Well, what Mum and Kipper did, they went to the lost property office to look for Kipper's teddy. The next morning, Mum knocked on the door. Can you knock with me? Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it?
It's me.
It's me.
Come in. Yes, Mum opened the door. Let's open the door together. What did the lady say? Good. Hello. Good morning.
Can I help?
Great. So then you would practice that with the kids. What did Kipper say? What did Kipper say? Good kids have got loads of ideas. You've got loads of ideas. Great. Now, if I was working with my Japanese students, they would know what they would want to say in Japanese, and I would help them say it in English. Okay, so they went into the lost property office, and the lady said, she was wearing, spectacles, that's a good word. Glasses, spectacles. Is it the same thing or different? Great, so we really are increasing our vocabulary and pushing the envelope, just from this one story. And it's got no words yet. So the lady said, well, we've got, what are these again? Glasses or spectacles, that's right. We've got some hats. We've got a dog. No. We've got some false teeth. No. Oh, wait. By this stage, the kids have spotted the special red box. Do you think we might find Kipper's teddy in this box? Yes? Shall we have a look? Who wants to see? I do. I do. I do, I do, I do. Good. Let's have a look, shall we? Yes. Kipper's teddy was in the box. The lady said, good. And Kipper said, good, well done. Here you are. What did you say? No, you're supposed to say thank you. Oh, you're too excitable. We'll do one without sound. Here you are. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh gosh, that's all right. Good. What'd you say? Good. You say, here you are. And you receive it and you say, good, well done. Here you are.
Here you are.
Thank you. Okay. Competition. Everybody stand up. No, we're not going to do it today. I'll get you standing up in a minute. So this team, make a line. 2 balls. Here you are. Thank you. Here you are. Thank you. So, quick little game. Good. Well done. Okay. So that's the first story. Stage 1. No words. The next level we're going to look at is stage 2. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry. I've got to say that I've made notes so that I don't forget anything. There's nothing worse than going home and thinking of all the things you should have said. So we looked at some pre-reading activities. While reading, we were talking about the pictures, thinking about what was happening next, generating vocabulary and target language. We were playing the I Spy game. We looked at all the pictures and the objects on the page. So we were picking out the nouns. We were practicing pronunciation. And then post-reading, after we read the story, we would ask the students to retell the story, try and remember some of the events in order. We could ask them to draw a picture, which I'm sure you do all the time, label the pictures. Also, in your worksheets that I've given you today, I've taken some photocopies. If you have a look at the first sheet here, this is complementary to the story that we've just read. There are lots of activity sheets already made up for you as busy teachers. Of course, you can make your own activity sheets as well, but this is just a couple from that story. You can see we've got the expressions. We can practice that. How did Kipper feel? You have to link the picture to his expression at different stages. So you'll talk about that with the children while they're doing it. On this page, we've got lost property. What's this? Good. So we're going to practice the article, sorry. A teddy. Teddies. A hat. Hats. A glove. Good, well done. This kind of was great for me in Japan because in Japanese there are no plurals. So this kind of practice was very, very useful and great fun for the kids. Okay, and this one I want a banana. Bananas. Good, well done. Okay, let's just read through these again. What are these? Yes? Good. Good. A bit slow, let's go faster. Are you ready? Are you ready? Good. 3, 2, 1. Good, well done. Pretty good. Let's see. Now, I'm going to make you a team. This team. Let's practice together. 3, 2, 1. Oh, pretty good. Let's see if you can go faster. Are you ready?
Hats, gloves, pens, bananas.
Ah, you see. Changing the order. Good, well done. So here are some worksheets for you to use and extend the stories afterwards. Good. Okay, let's have a look at the next story, which is from stage 2. And we're going to read it from the big book. Thank you very much. Right. Now then, today's story... Pardon? Actually, it's me. The book's the right way, but I'm upside down. Sorry. Right. So here we are. It's called The Toys Party. And this is from stage 2. The books are all colour-coded. Green is stage 2. Who's he? Good. Let's make a longer sentence. Good. He's Kipper. Good. What's he wearing on his head? A crown. Why do you think he's wearing a crown on his head? He's a king. Pardon? Yes, he's at a party. Yes. Goodness me. Who else is at the party? Who's he? Floppy and lots of... Now the really nice thing about the books is that Kipper's toys are really Kipper's toys. These aren't just different toys, they're the same toys that we met in the first book we just read. So the continuity of character and objects builds familiarity and the kids feel like they're actually real. They are, aren't they? Are they real? I think they're real. Right, so it's called The Toys Party. Let's find out what's this? Tongue, yeah. Now sometimes I play a game with my kids called the tongue game. Sometimes I don't, depending on what kind of kids I've got. Now, yes is, and no is. Okay, let's change it now. Yes is, and no is. Sorry about the noise. We've got a dentist next door. Okay, this is yes, and this is no. Good. I am handsome. Today's Wednesday. Good, well done. That's great. So,
No was the answer to the second question.
I think so. Right, let's have a look. Now you can see we've got words on the page now. Now, I'm going to read this story to you as a big book. Maybe in your school you want to have the students hold their own individual copies of books. Okay? So why don't I give you some copies of the books now so you can practice that. We don't have enough for everybody, but it's okay because I've got an invisible box of invisible books just here actually. So could you take a stack? I'm sorry they're very heavy, thank you. Could you pass them around your group? Could you, thank you, and just pass them around your group. And can you catch them at the back there? Great. Now you know that when you hold books, do you scrunch them all up? No. Do you hold them nicely? Yes, you do. And if the person next to you doesn't have a book, what do you do? Share. Is it good to share? Okay, well, could you share with your partner your invisible book? Because I don't quite have enough for everybody. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look together. So, you can point to the words on the page and read with me. Kipper wanted a party.
Kipper wanted a party.
Yes. Where is he? Is he in the bedroom? No. Is he in the bathroom? Yeah, where is he? He's in the kitchen. Kitchen! Sorry. Right. Oh, look. Nobody wanted to come. Together?
Nobody wanted to come.
Good, you're good readers, aren't you? Yeah, well done. Well, who's she? And who's he? Good, yeah, you could say she's Biff, she's his sister, depending on the ability of your students. What are they doing? Do you like to play football? No. Who likes to play football? I do. Who doesn't like to play football? I do. Okay. Who likes to play basketball? Who likes to swim? Who likes the Oxford Reading Tree? Good. And Mum and Dad are washing the car. Who likes to wash the car? Would you come and do my car? I'll give you $10. See you later. Well, Floppy was asleep. Nobody wanted to come. So Kipper went upstairs and he got his toys. Can you go upstairs with me? Here we go. Upstairs. And downstairs. Upstairs. Oh, you dropped something on the stairs. Right, okay, now how many toys? Let's count together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, like making mistakes is a great way to get the kids more involved, and you transfer the power to them. You don't have to be the fountain of all knowledge. As much as possible, you want the kids to take part and lead what's going on. So it would be someone else's turn to count. And I know from the stickers that you haven't had a turn yet, so I'll ask you, if it was a real class. Lots of shy students don't mind doing simple things like that, and it helps them break up the stages to show and tell when they actually have to stand up and speak in front of a lot of people. Okay, Floppy looks up. Kipper brings down his toys. My arms are only just long enough for this book. So what did Kipper want to do? Yes, he wanted a cake. Together?
He wanted a cake.
Okay, now, if we're going to make this cake, what kind of things do we need to make this cake? Flour, good, yes. Eggs, yes. Butter, yes, butter, of course. Yes, sugar. Yes.
Chocolate.
Good. Okay, maybe you'd want to draw those objects or write the words or make a shopping list. Get the kids to make the shopping list too. Well, Kipper had never made a cake before and he didn't know what to put in. So he put in some cornflakes. He put in cornflakes. He put in tomato sauce. Do you think it's going to be delicious? I'm not sure. Well, he mixed it round. Can you mix it with me? He put in milk. Is that a good thing to put in cake? He put in jam. Does it look delicious? See, what's very nice is the expression on the toys' faces change. Only Floppy is happy, that's true. Yes. He put in he put in sugar. He put in baked beans. Is it going to be a delicious cake? Oh dear. Look at the mess. That's true. That's true. Well, if Mum sees this mess, how is she going to feel? Well, that's right. That's what happened. Mum came home. Mum came home. Good. And? Can I see your cross faces? Yes. Ooh. It wasn't me, it was Kipper. Oh dear. What did Kipper say? He did. Kipper was sorry. Kipper was sorry, yeah. So what did Mum do? And she washed the toys as well. So, that's a story from stage 2. Sentences are introduced, lots of good vocabulary. Depending on the level of your students, you can read it to them, they can read it to you, you can read it together. So, that's an example of a story from stage 2. Okay, now then, thank you very much. Again, I've taken an example of a worksheet from one of the complementary worksheet books. You've got some of the objects that we saw in the story. It's a very simple activity. You just add the onset, the first letter sound of these 3-letter words. What's the first one? Good, well done. First sound is ha. Last sound t, t. Middle sound ah. Good. So we've got ha, ah, t. Together. Good, well done. What's this one? What's the first sound? D. Last sound? Middle sound? Together? Dog. Well done. Okay, so you do lots of vocabulary work with your students. Now, another thing you could do is, you've got these 6 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you put them in alphabetical order? Could you do that now? The first person to give me the alphabetical order of these 6 words wins a prize. Raise your hand. Yes? Can you challenge?
The box, cat, dog, cat, jam, leg.
Leg, and the last one?
Mum.
Yeah, round of applause. Congratulations. Here you are. Good, well done. Good. Right, now, let's have a look at a story from stage 4. We're going to skip a stage. We're going to look at a book called Everyone Got Wet. Now, who's he? Good, okay, same thing. Talk about the cover. What's that big green thing? What do you think this is? I know. No?
Barrel.
Good, a water barrel. Actually, what it's called is a water butt. What's it called?
Water butt.
Again?
Water butt.
That's right. What colour is it?
Green.
And today's story is called Everyone Got Wet. Why do you think they got wet? What do you think happened? Who wants to find out? I do. Okay. Can I do the magic with this one? Oh, is it left or right, isn't it? Oh no, it isn't. No, it's okay. I'm terrible with technology, sorry. Great, well done. Okay, so
I had to look at the water butt.
that's okay. I can throw my voice. I used to have a part-time job as a ventriloquist. I fall into old habits. No, the magic page is great because you can use the pre-recorded voices as well if you want to. I should have done today actually because it would have been better for me. Dad looked at the water butt. The water butt was leaking. What was it doing? It was leaking. Right, well done. Oh dear. Why? Yeah, it's like me, I leak sometimes. Yeah, it's old, it's leaking. No, I can't do the magic, can I? Can I do this one?
Yes.
Yeah. Mum looked at the hose was leaking. Oh bother, she said. What did she say?
Oh, bother.
Yes. Dad mended the water butt. He put a patch on it. What a tricky job, he said. What did he say?
What a tricky job.
What's Kipper doing? He is, isn't he? Yeah. The water butt burst. All the water came out. It went whoosh. How did it go? Dad got wet. What did he say? Mum mended the hose. She put a patch on it. What a tricky job, she said. What did she say?
What a tricky job.
What did Dad do? Oh, how embarrassing, you can see his pants. The kids will love that. Mum put the hose on the tap. The top of the tap came off. What did she say? Mum got very wet. Oh dear. Dad got a new water butt. He put it on the bricks. He got the hose. He filled up the water butt. The water butt fell over. The water poured out. Dad got wet again. What did he say? Mum got a new hose. She joined it to the old hose. She wanted to water the roses. What did she want to do? Kipper wanted to help. He turned the tap on. Can you turn the tap on with me? Very stiff, good. Mum got wet again. Oh no, she said. What did she say? Oh no. Poor Mum. The children got the paddling pool. What did they get? They put it on the grass. Dad got the new hose. Biff turned on the tap. Can you turn on the tap? No water came out. No. Funny, said Dad. What did Dad say? Funny. Funny? What's this mark? Yeah, he goes, ooh, together. Ooh. When do we use that? Yeah, surprise or with expression. With expression. Funny? He looked down the hose. What happens next?
No.
See, it's great because the story pattern sets up a logic that the kids can enjoy and anticipate. Yes, yes, young Ian. What do you think is going to happen next?
Well, he's going to get an iPhone.
He's going to get an iPhone. Oh, it's better. Oh no, the children got wet. This is beautiful because in the story everybody gets wet. So if it was Dad, it wouldn't have been fair because the children would have got wet. So I rushed through that one because we're sort of running out of time. But the pattern of the stories build. There's a little adventure. And now, of course, the kids, and I'm sure you do, you want to go back and read it again to find out how they got to that stage. And that's the beauty of the books. It makes you want to read them again. There are lots of good readers around. There are the readers that aren't stories. They're just about fruit or rockets or something. But the beauty of these stories is that they are a story and they are a family and the kids get really attached to them. Okay, well, stage 4 is a very important stage in the series because at the end of stage 4, the children discover a magic key. And all of the stories after stage 4 involve the magic key. Oops, it's not that magic. Oh dear. We'll have to get a new magic key. So after the break, I'm going to read you some magic key adventure stories. Now, one thing I should say about that story we've just read and all the stories, they're all written in simple past tense, which I think is great for Singapore, because one thing I've noticed since I've got here is that kids really struggle with past tensing verbs. Okay, we do circle time at the beginning, and I say, "What did you do last weekend?" And little Chung Chung says, I haven't quite got the names down right now, but little Ungzi says, "I go swimming," and she's talking about last week. So I've noticed already that the kids need a lot of support with past tensing the verbs. The stories are all written in the past tense, simple past tense, because that's the tense we use to read and tell stories. Now, the next worksheet in your book, I've just made a list of all the verbs in that one story, and there were 15 actually. So from that one story you get a chance to practice if you want that many. Now there's loads of things you can do. A very simple thing, if you put all the words on card, you can make pairs. So, come, past tense is came. Okay, and put. Fill, filled. Now, in that story, you had a good chunk of regular verbs and some irregular verbs as well. So you're going to have to go through with your children and explain or practice with them, because in that sense, English doesn't really make sense, does it? Filled, wanted, looked, said. You'd think it'd be said. Is, was, come, came. So you're going to have to put those kind of activities into games. The simplest kind of game would be a Pelmanism game, a concentration game. So you had the match on 2 pieces of card. You put all the card on the floor and you invite the students to turn over the matching cards. Everybody knows that game, don't you? Yeah, so for example, let's do it just now. When we made these cards, we made a little mistake actually, because we put them all on different coloured paper. So it's a bit easy. So if you were going to actually play this game, we made them a nice big card for you to see, but it doesn't really work because, okay. So let's say we're not going to do all those 15 on this lesson. We've done it in stages. We do maybe 5 a lesson. So we've built up, and these are the ones we're either going to practice or review today. So, would anyone like to help me play this game? Let's have a look. We've got is. Is. What's the partner of is? The past tense of is. Would you like to help me? Could you come and find it if you could? Is. And you've got to imagine that all these cards are different, are the same colour. Is. Yes. Is she right? Yes. That was brilliant. How did you do that? Congratulations. Here you are. Good, well done. Okay, so that's how you play the game. Now, what have we got here? Put. Now that's a difficult one, isn't it? But is it putted? It's not putted, is it? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Yes, it is. Puts it. Is that right? So if you've got a very big class, you would play this game on the board. If you've got a smaller class, you could play it around the circle. Put. Shall we try this one? Is it this one? Is that right? Put. Well, it doesn't make sense, but it is right. But unfortunately, English is like that. So that's an example of a game that you could use to practice verbs, which is really useful for kids in Singapore. Okay, now, we're coming up close to the break, but before the break, I want to read, shall I read one Floppy's Phonics?
Okay.
Yeah. I want to read a story from a series of, a sort of a parallel series called Floppy's Phonics. Now, we broke down the code at the beginning of the presentation. The word was hello. Now, I'm sure you all know about phonics. Since I came to Singapore, it's like I see it everywhere. It's really overkill. It's on a bus, phonics. On a bus, Sunday phonics for your kids. I said a plane flying over, phonics, fun phonics for everyone. Singapore's really dying in phonics. But phonics is the best way to break down the alphabet, the code of the alphabet. So it's what we do. So, to give your students more support, a series of books, has been developed called Floppy's Phonics that are basically all written in decodable phonics. This story that I'm going to read for you today is called Cat in a Bag, and it involves some magic. Now, you saw me do magic with a magic page, didn't you? It wasn't really magic, it's a computer. But I can do magic, and so I'll show you now. This is good, because when I go into my class, I'm big, I've got no hair, kids cry, can't help it. So if I've got some displacement activity, like a magic trick, it really helps on the first lesson. So look at this sticker, it's actually a cockroach. I don't like that one. You put that one outside. Sorry. This is a nice one, it's a bee. What is it? Bee. Good, we've got insects named after all the letters of the alphabet. This is a bee. So, it's gone. Did you see that? Where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? No, it's in my pocket. There you see? Did you see it? Oh, you're grown-ups. So I didn't fool you. But the kids think it's magic. Try it again. Here we go. I'm going to put it in this hand. Take it away. Can you blow with me? 3, 2, 1. It's disappeared. And it's actually not in my pocket. It's in Ian's ear. What's it doing in there? Okay. So there's another magic trick. Let me show you this one because this is really good for the kids. Does anyone have any money? A $10 note? It's a good one. Really. Has anybody got? Have you got $10? Yeah.
Is it called Double Your Money?
It's good because it...
Actually, I don't.
No, okay. Well, I'll show you that one later. It works good with a $50 bill as well. So in this story... Oh, you got... Yeah, okay, I'll show you. I'll show you because it is... Thank you very much. Because the kids are very materialistic, even young kids. So they'll love this. And you can practice lots of really good English. So, are you looking? Are you ready? Say the magic word with me. It's funny because when I had a little girl last term, and I'm always trying to promote polite language. So of course the magic word is please. And I said to her, what's the magic word? And she said, abracadabra. So let's say the magic word is in fact please, shall we? 1, 2, 3. Please. Again. Please. Again. Please. Good. Again. Yes. Thank you. And again. It's completely disappeared. Right, isn't it? Okay. It works good with the $50, isn't it? Okay, so let's have a look at Cat in a Bag. The Phonics Series are also graded and put into stages. They're great fun. This is Wilf. And what's he wearing? A cape, yes. Why is he wearing a cape? He's a magician. Actually, yeah, I should have showed you. When I do magic, I've got a cape as well. There you see. I'm sure in your classrooms you've got lots of things. I've got a cape. Oh, and what's he holding? Yeah, is it a big cat? Show me small. Yeah, good, well done. Well, I've actually, sorry, you've lost me at the back again. Yeah. I've amassed lots of, things, including this little cat like this. And for this particular book, in my classroom, I've got all the bits. But I couldn't bring it all today. But trust me, I have got a little cat, the magician's hat, everything. So what's he going to do? He's going to put this cat... Oh, yes. I tell you what, I'll talk extra loud and we'll try and fix it over the break. That's better, isn't it? Fantastic. Okay, so let's see what kind of magic trick Wilf is going to do. Is this one I can...
Yes.
Isn't that incredible? It's the magic hat. Yeah. So, Wilf had a cat, he put a hat on the cat. Wilf had a bag, he put the cat in the bag. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. What's the magic word? Please. Again, tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. What's the magic word? Please. Oh, maybe not. Yes. Wilf had a tub. He put the bag in the tub.
Abracadabra.
Ooh, that's good. See me after school for your extra sticker. Wilf had a tin. He put the tub in the tin. Wilf had the cat in his hat. Wow! Isn't that great? So of course the kids will want to go back and retrace their steps, and those things are easy to collect. You can label them, you can get the kids to take it in turns to do the magic trick, and all the words are very, very easily decodable. Yes. And on all the books, on the inside cover, on the back cover, there are teaching notes, guidance. It tells you which phonemes you're actually practicing and introducing. So even without the extra support materials, the books themselves are like super useful because everything that you need to know is already there. Yeah. And again, what's the magic word? Thank you very much. It's only 10. Check it's the same one. It is, it's magic. It's a pink one with a man's head on it. It's definitely the same one. Oh, sorry, that's the inside of the book, right. Okay, well, okay.
You read.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes. Oh no, there were some empty chairs. What did I do wrong? I'm glad that everybody else came back because what the people that just left didn't realise. Oh, goodness me. That's all right. It's free to come in, but $100 to leave early. So thank you very much for coming and thank you for staying. Right. The first half of the presentation, we looked at stages 1 to, can anybody remember? 4. Well done. And what happened at the end of stage 4? Everybody got wet. Great, well done. Everybody did get wet. And in that massive series of books, at the end we're going to show you another slide. There are 9 stages at present. There's, is it 10, 11? 10, 11, 12 are coming out in September. So it's a huge, massive volume of work. It's called the Oxford Reading Tree because it's like a tree. There's a big trunk of books and there's lots of branches, floppies, phonics and all sorts of other things. We'll show you a slide at the end. But the second half is going to be dedicated to the stage 5 and upward books. So at the end of stage 4, the children discover a magic key, and the upper stage stories involve magic key adventures. And I'm going to take you on a magic key adventure now. The first story, oh, look what I made while you were lazy and eating and drinking. I was hard at work. Look what I made. What did I make?
Castle.
Castle, that's right. Well done. Isn't it brilliant? It's a lovely castle. There you go. Yes. Well, the great thing about teaching kids is that children are very creative. I said I needed a castle. Oh, sorry. Oh. I ate curry for lunch, sorry. So this is a very simple representation of a castle. The great thing about kids is that you don't actually have to do anything, because here's a little castle I made from a cardboard box, and here, as you can see, is an invisible, huge castle that I made from real bricks, and I'm just going to put the last brick in now. It's very heavy. There you go. Isn't that wonderful? Look at the tower. Gosh, look at the drawbridge. So of course when you're teaching kids you don't really need anything because they have a fantastic imagination. More creative than grown-ups. So, the next story involves a castle adventure. And it's called... Right, now, there is only one grown-up that takes part in the magic adventures with the children, and she is Gran. And she's going to have a magic adventure with the children. Okay, so look at this picture. We always start from the cover page. It's called Castle Adventure. What's this? A frog. But wait a... Pardon? Yes, a yellow polka dot frog. Very unusual. But what's on its head? Wow. Why do you think the frog has a crown on its head?
It's a frog prince.
Do you think so? If I kiss him, will he become a princess for me? I don't know. Fingers crossed. Right, let's have a look. Where do you think they are? Where are they? They're in the castle. Actually, they're in that castle. That's right. Listen, can you hear the frog? What kind of sound does a frog make? Here we go. Well, I never. Goodness me. What are you doing here? Goodness me. Would you like to talk to the frog? Because sometimes very young children will be less afraid of talking to an animal than a human, especially me anyway. Well, I never. Could you tell us your story, please? Wow, did you hear that?
No.
He talked very quietly. You're kidding. And then what happened? No. Really? Should we tell everybody? Well, let's read the story to them. You'll never believe this. Because what happened was the magic took them to a castle. See, it's a very... Yes. Good. Big, majestic, good. Lots of words coming out. Now, the problem was that 3 witches lived in the castle. They were nasty witches. What kind of witches were they? Nasty. Were they nice? No. They were? Nasty. They were. One was a black witch, one was a red witch, and one was a green witch. Which witch is this? Green. Good. Which witch is this? Red. Which witch is this? Good. Where's the pink witch? No. Who are these people? Yes. Where are they? No, they're not. It's okay, they're not. Now, look at the way this witch is sitting on. Is that okay? No. It's not okay. What should we say to that witch? Here's the imperative we're practicing today. Take your feet off the table. Again?
Take your feet off the table.
Yes, well done. Now, no one's got their feet on the... Good, okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, can I? No. Okay. The magic took the children inside the castle. It took them to a room. A frog was in the room. I am a king, said the frog. I am king of this castle. Wow. The witches turned me into a frog. Help me, he said. What did he say?
Help me.
Shall we help?
Yes.
Good. A witch was coming. Which witch was coming?
Black witch.
Yes, I know. I'm glad that you know which witch is which. It was the black witch. Look out, said the frog. What did the frog say?
Look out.
The witch opened the door. Gran pushed the witch. Chip took the witch's keys. What happened? The witch. Can you open the door with me? Gran pushed the witch. What did she do? Can you push the witch? Push. Oh, you're strong. And Chip took the keys. They ran out of the room. Chip locked the door. The witch couldn't get out. Right. Everyone ran. Look out, called Chip. What did he call?
Look out.
A witch was coming. Which witch was coming?
The red witch.
It was the red witch. You are right. I don't like witches, said Gran. She put a net over the witch. The witch couldn't get out. Good old Gran, called Biff. Can you get a net? Can you put a net over the witch? 3, 2, 1. Did you get her? Good. Don't let her get out. Gran went to the green witch. I don't like witches, said Gran. I don't like nasty witches. What kind of witches were they?
Black witches.
Yeah. Were they nice witches? No. Gran threw the witch on the floor. Help! Yelled the witch. What did she help? What did she help? Help. Good, well done. Because what's this mark here? Yes. Can we draw it together? And it means we say it with expression. That's right. Good old Gran, said the children. Yeah, Gran was very, very... Some frogs came in and jumped on the table. One was the king. Help us, he said. What did he say?
Help us.
Biff and Gran looked in the witch's book. Oh, a bit too fast. Can we go back a page? No, okay, no, it doesn't matter. No, that's what, we can't go back in time. If only we could. The frogs turned into people because it was a magic book, and we didn't do magic, but we did a spell. And the spell, we want to say together, it says, big book, spell tell, clap, clap, clap. Can we do that together? Big book, spell tell. Again?
Big book, spell tell.
And sure enough, the frogs turned into people. Thanks, said the king. What did he say?
Thanks.
The witches turned into frogs. Gran put the book on the fire. Oh no, said the witches. What did they say?
Oh
The king had a party. Everyone went to it. What a good party, said Chip. What an adventure, said Biff. I like adventures, said Gran. Good old Gran, said everyone. Look at the feast. Of course, you could play I Spy, cover the picture. What are they eating? Do you like chicken? I don't like blah, blah, blah. Good. The magic key was glowing. It's time to go, said Biff. Goodbye, said the king. The magic took them back to Biff's room. They fell onto Biff's bed. Oh no, said Mum. What did she say?
Oh no.
Good, well done. Okay, well, that's a story. You can see how the language has progressed. Now, there were lots of different characters in that story. Can you remember the characters? Who were they? There was... Pardon? Chip and Biff and Kipper and, sorry? Gran, and what about the other characters? The three witches, 1, 2, 3. What colour was this witch? Yes, and this one?
Green.
Good, and there was another important character. The frog who became a prince. Well, with all those lovely characters, and with this big, tiny model castle here, this huge big castle here, you know what? I think we should do a play. We know the story, let's do a play. Because as well as stories, the books have been written into play form. Sorry, these are some more guided teacher's notes which are in all the books to help you. Right. Now, to do this play properly, I need some volunteers. Now, let's have a look. Who looks like Biff? Now, oh, Chip, how nice of you to come. Chip, could you help me? Thank you, Chip. Yes, I didn't see you at the back there. Now, Biff, could you help me? Would you like to help me, Biff? No. Okay. Biff, any Biffs? Who wants to be Biff? Come on, Biff. Great stuff. So, thank you very much. What's your name?
Churchley.
Brilliant. Okay, you're going to be Chip. Good. You're Chip and Biff. Good stuff. Come on, Biff. How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Hi. Hello.
Thank you, Biff. Thank you for coming.
Yes, it's
You're
good to be Biff.
Great. So, Biff, there's your brother Chip. Who else do we need for this story? Kipper. Where's little Kipper? 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 Kipper?
I thought I'd be a sandwich.
Okay, you can be a sandwich. Would you like to be Kipper? You don't have to be. It's okay. Seriously, some children don't want this attention. They like to be in the class. There's this thing called spontaneous mutism, isn't it? And I've got 2 little girls in the class on Sunday, actually, at Marsling. They won't speak in front of the class, which is fine, because they're absorbing all the stuff they need to absorb, and they will speak when they're ready to. Okay, Kipper, how nice of you to come. Thanks for coming, Kipper. Right, now who else do we need? So we've got Chip, Biff, Kipper. Who else do we need? Gran. Where's Gran? Gran. Sorry. Gran. No, Gran. Would you like to be Gran?
I'll be Gran.
Come on, Gran. Fantastic. Great.
Well, I am in real life.
Come on, Gran. Are you ready?
I should be one by now, but I'm not.
Right. Okay, so, who's she?
Gran.
Let's practice, make the sentence longer.
She is Gran.
Good, very good. You can practice the contraction or without the contraction. She is Gran, she's Gran, whatever you're working with. Who's she? Oh, sorry. Who's who?
He is Kipper.
Good, and as much as possible, give the work to the kids. Could you ask the question, who's she?
Who is she? Who is he?
Good, well done. Okay, now let's check we've got all the people we need. In the play scripts, there's a list of characters, so we've got, now, narrator. Narrator 1, I want everybody on this side of the room to be narrator 1, okay? So there's the line. Everybody, raise your hand if you are narrator 1. Good. And on this side of the room, you are? Good, well done, excellent. So we've got narrator 1, narrator 2. Gran, yes. Frog King. Aha. Aha. The Frog King. Come on, Frog King. I didn't go into that corner. It'll bite me. This mic will. Could you get your frog, please? Please. Thank you. We've got
You, I had something coming.
And we've got Chip and Biff. Great stuff, well done. Okay, now, are you ready?
Yes.
Fantastic, wonderful, well done. Okay, now. To prepare this properly, you'd have the children draw pictures, and maybe that little girl that won't speak would be comfortable holding a sign which said Scene 1, a new adventure. And she wouldn't have to say anything, or he wouldn't have to say anything, but she would take part, or he would take part in that role. Good, so here we go, 3, 2, 1.
Scene 1. A new adventure. The magic key was flowing. The magic took Gran and the children to a castle. Scene 2. A room in the castle. The magic took Gran and the children inside the castle.
I don't like this castle.
Good.
A frog was in the room.
Good.
Look at that frog.
Good. Use point. Sorry, point. Everybody, can you point?
Look at that frog.
Good. Well done.
I am king. I am king of this castle.
You look like a frog.
3 witches live in this castle.
I don't like witches.
They turned me into a frog. Help me.
Very good.
Scene 3. The Black Witch. A witch was coming.
Look out!
The dog.
And the Black Witch died. And that was the end of the story. Woo, goodness me. Yeah, I think I'm on. Am I on? How's that? Goodness me. Next presentation, let's have some earplugs. Right, okay, here we go.
Look out! It's the Black Witch!
I don't like witches. Oh, I'm allowed to push it.
Yes, you can.
Push the witch.
But not physically, because no. Now, come on. You know, if you did that with your kids, no, it's right. So, you know, in Chinese martial arts, it's all ki. It's all ki. Ah, you don't actually. It's all like, oh goodness me, not that forceful. But yeah. Be careful with those kind of verbs.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Good.
I was worried about the story for that.
No, I know. You have to be sensitive to your kids, obviously. Yeah. Well done. Good. Gran, push the witch.
Oh, good old Gran.
Get the keys!
Sorry, the keys were over there, but I didn't go any closer to that speaker.
Come on.
Lock the door, Chip.
Lock the door. The witch couldn't get out. Scene 4. The Red Witch. Everyone ran.
Look out.
A witch is coming.
It's the Red Witch!
I don't like witches.
Ran to hand over the witch.
Look at the witch.
Good old Gran.
The witch couldn't get out. Scene 5. The Green Witch. Ran to the Green Witch.
I don't like witches.
The witch looked frightened.
I don't like nasty witches.
Come on, Gran.
Get the witch!
Ran to the witch on the floor.
Good old Gran.
Scene 6. The Witch's Book. The frog king jumped on the table.
Yeah, be careful about this.
Help me!
Power!
Biff and Gran looked in the teacher's book.
What was the spell? Do you remember? Big. Great.
Look at the frog.
The frog turned into the king.
Now, Gran, you don't have a speaker. There's a red sash on the back of that table. I dare not go near that corner. Could you, would you? Wonderful, yes.
do I have to do?
You have to put it over the king. Yes, you have to make it. Oh, it's okay. No, it's only that. That's
Only
great.
pretend, isn't
yes.
it?
He's not really a king, but no.
Wash his mouth out.
Good. Where are we? Good. Okay, Chip.
Look at the frog.
Good.
Frog turned into the king.
Oh, sorry, it's magic.
Good old Gran.
Oh, okay. Turn the witches into frogs.
Gran turned the witches into frogs.
Now, I'm going to endeavour to do that myself.
I don't like witches. Oh, I'm not like
No. You are, yes.
Fire.
Good, well done. Put the book on the fire. Well done. Yes, well done. Yes.
6-7. The party. The king had a party.
Come to my party.
What a good party.
Good old Gran.
Let's go.
The magic key was glowing.
Look at the key.
It's time to go.
Goodbye.
The magic took them back to Biff's room. It fell onto Biff's bed.
Oh no.
What an adventure.
Good. Round of applause. Chip, please. Thank you very much, Chip. Biff, Chip, don't run away. Don't run away. Good, well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Chip, yes, well done. That's extra special. Thank you very much. So you can see how much fun that kind of stuff can be. The play scripts are really, really useful. They're really good. We're going to have to work on that before we take it to Broadway. So can you come back at about 6 o'clock and we'll work on the stage direction then, okay? Great. Okay, the end. Right, now, the next story we're going to look at is from stage 6. And it involves a visit. Can you all swim? Can you swim? Yes? Because today we're going to go, where are we going? Yes, we're going swimming in the sea, that's right. It's not a swimming pool because what are these? These are waves, that's right. Now, what kind of creatures live in the sea? Sharks, well done. You could either write them, ask the kids to write them, decode them phonetically, all that stuff. We're going to rush through it today and try and draw a quick picture of a shark. Good, well done. What other kind of creatures live in the ocean? Oh, an octopus, that's right. Now, how many legs does an octopus have?
8.
Can you count with me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, we're nearly there. Now, this is a very famous octopus, actually, and you wouldn't believe it, but 2 weeks ago, I got this letter from this octopus, and it was a simple letter, and it said... Amazing. So he will be signing autographs later. So, okay, we're going to brainstorm lots of creatures in the sea. Now, this is our pre-reading activity for this story. Now, in your handout, I've made a bingo sheet. This is a lovely clear sheet of creatures that live under the sea. We've got some really interesting ones. We've got a cockle and a sea anemone. And obviously it's just a simple matter of looking at the pictures, colouring the pictures, matching and writing the words to the picture. Now, you remember at the beginning when we played that fibbing game, and if it was true you said, yes, that's right, or no, the bus is blue, or it's a green, etc. You can recycle that idea by practicing now a and am, which is a very important thing for kids to get right. So we've got a jellyfish, a jellyfish, an octopus. A octopus?
An octopus.
Good. And jellyfish? Good, well done. A sea anemone? A sea anemone? Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you see how that works? Remember the game we did at the beginning? Yes, that's right. So if it's right, it's yes, that's right. Now, the bingo sheet, again, is generic to help you practice vocabulary before reading or after reading. Depending on the level of your students, you could have them draw a picture if they're not writing yet, or write the word. The students copy 9 pictures or write 9 words from the list of sea creatures, and then you play bingo. Because there's not much time, we won't do it. I wanted to do it with you today, but you see how it works. Now, bingo is a very common activity, and it's very versatile, and kids love it. They don't get bored with it. If you do it every week forever, they would get bored. But once or twice a month, if it's once a week you're seeing them, that's fine. Now, a better variation is no bingo bingo, which is a new take on it. So when the children get a bingo, they're out. So imagine you all have pictures here, you're all standing up, and we take it in turns to call out an animal. You cross it off. If you get bingo, you sit down because you're out. And in no bingo bingo, the person who doesn't get a bingo is the winner. Okay? Great. Okay, we'll do that in the next presentation because we're running out of time, running short of time. Okay, well let's read the story. Are you ready? Right, I'm turned off, so I think I can go into this corner. Yes, I am. Now, I've brought my costume because I like to get into costume. Don't look. Don't look. Kids love. Oh gosh, I put on weight. This is hopeless. Oh, that's. Anyway, sorry. No, I've eaten too much, but I've got my goggles. So let's go swimming. So what's the octopus sitting on? What's inside? Treasure. What kind of treasure do you think would be inside? Chocolate? Gold. Ooh. Can you hear me at the back? You can. I'll try and raise my voice. We'll do without the mic. Right. Now, is this a magic one? It is, isn't it? Right. Now, this is stage 6. The books are actually physically larger than the earlier stories were, and they're longer. You see, they get bigger. There are 32 pages in this book. There were 24 pages in stage 5. Now,
Shall you? You
yeah.
want me to use the sound to read?
Ah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, yeah. Lovely. That's a good idea. Have we got volume? Probably.
Volume on.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe I go back again.
Do some more magic. Has anybody got a $50 bill? Or not. Maybe not. No, I just run through it. We'll run through it. We'll run through it.
Sound icon?
Sound icon is on.
It's okay. It's just, I want you to get a feel for the way the stages progress as they go up the ladder. So every week, Mrs. May, this is their teacher, and again, she's the same teacher. She becomes real. If you really get into the characters, there's a calendar that comes out from Oxford, and the children do have birthdays, and so it's almost like they are real people. I've asked for Mrs. May's telephone number because I want to look at some of her marking sheets, but I can't get a phone number at the moment. But they are all real. They live in England. Every week, Mrs. May took some of the children to the swimming pool. I just do the top line for time. Let's go. Oh, sorry, it's me, isn't it? The children were taking a swimming test. Biff, Chip, Wilma and Nadim jumped into the pool. They had to swim up and down the pool. It was hard for Chip to swim 10 lengths. How many lengths?
10.
Yes. Next, they had to swim to the bottom of the pool. All the children passed the swimming test. Biff and Chip told Mum and Dad about the swimming test. Mum and Dad had a surprise for them. Now, I don't know how you do reading in your schools. Maybe you do at Circle. Kids would have individual books. About 4 years ago, I worked in a primary school in Britain, and we broke the kids up into reading stations, and we had teaching assistants to work with them. I'm not sure about specifics, but you can get an idea of how the stories flow. Now, Mum and Dad had a surprise. What do you think is under this sheet? Is it a... No. Is it a... No. What could it be? Is it snooker table? No. What do you think? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's pull off the sheet. Oh, it's a big sheet. It's a fish tank. How many fish? 3 fish. There's room for more fish. Where do we buy fish? Don't say the fish and chip shop. The pet shop. I think the books are great because maybe we're doing a topic this month or this term is pets or food. So obviously you can use the books to fit in with whatever you have to teach at your school. The next day they went shopping. There were big fish, little fish, tiny fish. Kipper liked the big fish in the tank. That's better. Look, they bought some accessories. What's this? Good. And what's this? Shipwreck. Wow, fantastic. They went to Plain Biff's room. And of course, the magic began to work. It took the children into a new adventure. Blip, 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 blip. Blip, 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 blip. Oh, blip, 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 blip. Oh, wow! The magic key took them out of the adventure. What an adventure! Fantastic. Oh, what's this? Yes, it's a little flipper. And when the children come back from a magic key adventure, they always bring something back. The children ran to look in the fish tank. Look, there's treasure, said Chip. How did it get there? Asked Nadim. It's magic, said Biff. And it's beautiful because you can see the treasure chest is open and there is gold. Thank you very much. Right, now. Well, did you hear the magic then? That's a good one. Right, have we got time for one more story? Right. Okay, the last story today is Lost in the Jungle. That's me. No, actually, no. That was Alex Britcher. Sorry, Roderick Hunt, the man who writes and wrote all the books, all the stories. Massive selection of stories. Lost in the Jungle, again, we're talking about the jungle. Should we read this or cut? What do you think is the best way to finish? Because we're sort of close to time.
Or maybe we can ask whether there's any question. Do you want to read one more story or we just...
Do you have to rush off? I know it's been a long session. We're due to finish at 5 o'clock. And we can do some question and answers.
Some questions and answer?
One more story. Let's run through it. Yeah, okay. So it's called Lost in the Jungle. Obviously, we set it up. We could do the bingo game. Think about animals that we might encounter in the jungle. Let's find out what's going to happen. Talk about the cover as we have done with all the other stories. Good. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. It was Mum's birthday. The children wanted to buy something for their birthday, so we're going to talk about birthdays. Whose birthday is in January? Whose birthday is in February? March? Thank you very much. Well done. April? Okay, so maybe some weeks we can't meet all the students, but we can do a class survey and they can respond by raising their hands. We could make a chart. We could set up a worksheet where I have to interview someone. Excuse me, when's your birthday?
Rose.
And what's your name?
Sing.
How do you spell your name? So the children can do that and get a survey, and they can find someone born in March, April, May, June, July. And when they found someone born in each month, they're the winner. They get a sticker. Good. What a lot of plants. Biff wants to buy a plant for Mum. The next day was Mum's birthday, and the children gave their presents. What'd you say? Remember the ball game? Yes. And when you give something to someone, what do you say? Do you remember we did it with a ball? Here you are. And what did Mum say? Great. Good. Dad has a present for Mum as well. It was a plant. Well, everybody's given Mum plants. And Nina came to play with Biff and Jim. This is from my Mum. So Mum's house now looks like a jungle. That's right. The children went to play in Biff's room, and Nina looked at the little house. In the Magic Key stories, the children have lots of friends in the community, and they take part in the adventures as well. Wow! The magic took them into a jungle. The jungle was full of plants. They saw a monkey up a tree. And what happened next? Yes, they saw a monkey up a tree. They saw a monkey up a tree. It jumped up and down. The pictures are so realistic. I can almost hear the sounds of a jungle. Wow. The monkey was angry with the children. They came to a river. There were alligators asleep on the bank. Suddenly they fell into a big net. The children were hanging in the net. A man and a lady came out of the trees. They were explorers. Wow. What are you doing in the jungle? The man and the lady showed them a picture. They were looking for the lost city. The children liked the explorers. They wanted to help them find the lost city. They came to a rope bridge. Shall we go across? Yes? It looks very dangerous. Do you have insurance? They found a boat on the bank of the river. The boat was full of water. They got in the boat and paddled up the river. Now, do you know that song? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. The problem is it's not a boat. It's not a stream, so let's say paddle, paddle, paddle your canoe gently down the stream. Good. Merrily, 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 merrily. I like mint ice cream. Good. Behind the waterfall, there were some steps. Should we go up the steps together? And down the steps. It's the lost city, shouted the explorers. We have found it at last. Nobody had been in the city for years. There were plants and trees everywhere. Oh, it's just like Singapore. They went to a big building and they opened the doors. This is a heavy door. I need you to help me push. Can you push with me? The floor was gold and the walls were gold. Kipper sat on the gold throne. A monkey jumped down behind him. Suddenly the key began to glow. The magic took the children home, and sure enough, they brought back a little plant. Biff still had the plant she found in the lost city. I'll put it in Mum's jungle, she said. I know where we can get a monkey too. So she's calling Kipper a monkey. Great stuff. So that's the last story that we've got time for today. Thank you very much for coming and staying. I hope you've enjoyed it, and now we can do some question and answers, I think. Thank you very much.